From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a major morning here on Mornings LALATE as 2023 stimulus checks have been passed. I'm going to go over these incredible checks in this broadcast today. Stimulus checks A to C, 2023 stimulus checks passed. And then E to K, L to Q. These are stimulus checks for you, SSI. These are stimulus checks for you, SSDI. SSA, veterans, low income, anyone who makes $75,000 or less. And it's a lot of checks because 18 months of stimulus checks of a 2-year recession. 5 checks a month and $3,000 a month across the board on average. Then we'll be turning to unemployment stimulus and then PEBT stimulus checks, and then over to stimulus checks R for low income for individuals who have small businesses. The latest breaking news today is a brand new optimism report came in weaker than expected. Then traders are not believing the Federal Reserve. Is that new? But I'll explain what's different today across the board. Wholesale trade survey was released and it came in a little bit as expected. Powell repeated advocacy for 2% inflation, and then Bed Bath & Beyond, nonsense. Bed Bath & Beyond is going into bankruptcy potentially, and the stock is trading up. Why? It's pure nonsense. Labor, big trouble. Coinbase laying off 20% of its workforce, fired. Amazon firing another 1,200 employees. This is on top of the massive firing over the weekend from Amazon. And debt levels being carried by Americans. 46% of Americans with credit cards are carrying debt month to month. Wow. That's why you have to get all these incredible stimulus checks. And this broadcast today, we're going to go over why 2023 is one of the best years of stimulus. It's the combination of 2020, 2021, and 2022. These stimulus checks for you, SSI, stimulus checks for you, SSDI, stimulus checks for you, veterans, stimulus checks for you, low income. We're going to go over all these incredible stimulus checks one at a time in this recording. Then we'll go over to unemployment because 30,000 people have been fired since Friday. Covered on this channel, whether it's Salesforce or Amazon, or again Amazon today and now Coinbase. Wow, it's actually more than 26,000 now, heading to 30,000. We'll go over all these incredible sums of money. Go around this video, become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP, because the toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, the coffee is brewing, and the stimulus is stimulating. And we go over all these incredible details in today's broadcast on the shores of Santa Monica, California, as Mornings LALATE starts right now. And good morning, everybody. It's a big week with corporate earnings coming in across the board. We'll have the latest details across the board, but match the news coming in minutes ago as we have a wholesale trade number release, Powell representing that he's staying with that 2% inflation target, and then labor, Amazon firing, Coinbase firing, and debt levels being carried by Americans month to month, 46% of them across the board. That's why you have to get this incredible newsletter. Become a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP, and stay over this 1-hour broadcast so we go over all these incredible sums of money. It's with those incredible stimulus checks, which we're going to go over one at a time in this broadcast starting right now. 2023 is the combination of 3 years of stimulus checks, A and C, E to K, L to Q. We're going to go over all these incredible stimulus checks starting this very moment. These incredible stimulus checks came from Joe Biden, initially A to C. And where did they come from? They came from the President of the United States. He passed a series of executive actions which established the first 3 checks, and they are huge. A and C are which are about $100,000. I'm going to go over each of these incredible checks in this broadcast. 2023 is about getting stimulus. And it's the combination of 3 years of stimulus checks. And that's a lot of money, over $500 million. Have you become a member? You qualify for these stimulus checks. Become a member right now. Go out of the video. Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. We're going to go over A to C in this broadcast. Then we'll be going to stimulus checks E to K. Congress passed hundreds of other checks, E to K, and we're going to go over all those in this broadcast. Then to L&M, N&O, and P and Q. Why? Because I care for you. Why? Because around the clock, I'm trying to find you more stimulus. And we're going to go over all these incredible stimulus checks in this broadcast. Then we'll be turning to unemployment stimulus, as millions of Americans are getting laid off. We'll go over to that stimulus check R. And then we'll go over to the and then we'll be going over to the PBT stimulus. A lot of money. And let's go to those first three checks starting right now. Stimulus check A and A to C. These are 2023 stimulus checks, the combination of 3 years of stimulus, still around over $500 million. And stimulus A to C, let's look at the details of those right now. Do you want a $6,500 stimulus check? Of course you do. And that is the beautiful stimulus check E. A. How did A turn to E? A, $6,500 stimulus check. And it's just wonderful. How do I get a $6,500 stimulus check? And this is for you, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, Veterans benefits. Step 1, you go into this video. Step 2, you go down the membership newsletter and go click and get the stimulus check A. Then you're going to go to stimulus check B. How does that membership newsletter work? How does the membership work? We'll go over all that in this broadcast. Then you go to stimulus check B. Why is stimulus check B so great, in addition to the fact that it's nearly $80,000? Because stimulus check B is the check that's paying 18 months. And in less than 30 days from now, you're going to learn whether it's a 2-year recession. I believe it is. It's just less than 30 days away. Everyone is now finally agreeing with myself. I was the only American financial broadcast to record that the U.S. economy would go into recession. Now they all agree with me, but they have not yet decided whether soft recession or hard recession. Pure nonsense. It's a hard recession. It's going to be a 2-year recession. It's going to be a 2-year recession. That's what I predicted originally, and that's why you need 18 months of checks. I wish I had 24 months of checks. I don't at the moment. I have 18 months for a 2-year recession. And that's stimulus check B, because stimulus check B pays a lot of months. 18 months, 5 checks per month, $3,000 across the board. Now let's turn to stimulus check C, which is for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. And that stimulus check C is really quite beautiful. And viewers have been getting this beautiful stimulus check C for a long time. Let's look at those great numbers for that credible stimulus check C right now. Do you want $30,000 of rent? Then you get that incredible stimulus check C. That's what Nisi got. And then Elizabeth, go get that incredible check C, become a member, and get the beautiful check C right now. What about utilities? Well, viewers of this channel, members of this channel, are now getting $15,000 of utilities. It went from Angela to Nancy to Mark, and Mark's brother-in-law got $15,000. Lynn Glenn is getting 14 months of incredible utilities. Great job, Lynn Glenn. Combinations of checks. And Snap, well, Mark's brother-in-law is getting $250,000 over 10 years. Combinations of checks. Mark was at $32,000. What did he do? He went to $50,000, then $100,000, then $166,000. And the success stories kept on coming in, because what happened after that? Well, the wonderful niece who's at $23,000, she went to $50,000. And here's Lorraine, she was at $105,000, and she went to $150,000. Dragon, who's in the live chat right now, I think I saw her. She has gotten $170,000 as a member to all 3 channels. Great job. So those incredible checks, A, B, and C. And again, this is the combination of 3 years of incredible stimulus checks. You deserve all these incredible sums of money. So go right in this video and become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. So far in this recording, we've done the Joe Biden stimulus checks for you, SSI, SSDI, SSA, veterans, low income, A to C. Now let's go into how this membership newsletter works before we go to stimulus checks E to K. What you now get on this channel is something never before. You can become a member, go around this video, join the channel, Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP, and without a blink of an eye, you can apply for stimulus checks. This is all about caring. My caring, your caring, the members community sharing. Because why? It should be easy, and I try to make it as simple as I can. I research every day, hours and hours of research, to find all these incredible stimulus checks. That's because that is why this channel and this family works. Because people who do nothing get nothing in 2023. If you are a donut guy and you are lazy and you do nothing, you will get paid nothing in 2023. The original stimulus of this economy in 2020 was $150,000 stimulus checks, $200,000, $300,000 stimulus checks for people who did something. The only people who did nothing got paid was a $600 measly stimulus check. $600 is not going to pay for a 2-year recession. It's a 2-year recession, not a 2-month lockdown. A 2-year recession is not going to be paid for anything that's measly. You need tens of thousands of dollars, and the viewers of this channel are getting over $100,000 all the time from becoming a member, and 18 months for a 24-month potential recession. So those incredible checks, A to C. Now, let's continue over to E to K. But first, let's look a little bit more at that membership newsletter. The membership newsletter originally was delivered from me to you Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time via the YouTube alerts. And I thought, you know what? Let's make it easier. Let's do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Let's do it the minute you become a member. You can go right and get an incredible newsletter. Why should anyone wait to get stimulus? Just make this very simple and straightforward. And that was my Christmas gift to you on December 23rd, 2022, when I said, let's make that membership newsletter 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it launched. And now you don't have to wait to do anything. You can get that incredible membership newsletter around the clock. In fact, I make it so simple that you don't even have to wait and write down or do anything. You just have to push a button. The membership newsletter is now a website. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you go right in this video, become a member right now to Channel 1, Channel 2, or Channel 3, Purple Hawk, Purple Power Cow, VIP. And then you go right into the newsletter. In fact, you don't even have to remember the website you see on the screen because I put it in the top of the chat. I put it in the pinned comment. I put it in the description of the video. You just click the button and you go right in there. No one ever asks anymore, where's the newsletter? How do I apply for stimulus checks? Because it's right there. You just hit the button and go right in. You grab the password from the most recent post and go right in, start getting those incredible stimulus checks. A, B, and C are the ones we've done so far. Again, these are stimulus checks for you, SSI, stimulus checks for you, SSDI, stimulus checks for you, railroad benefits, stimulus checks for you, veterans. If you make less than $75,000, these are stimulus checks for you. You're not going to hear these anywhere else across the board. Now, let's also continue with that membership newsletter. Grab the most recent post to your member channel and look in there, and it has the password to go into that password-protected membership newsletter. Again, that password is the most recent post of the channel that you are a member to, Channel 1 or Channel 2 or Channel 3 of this family. Now let's continue with those stimulus checks E through K. After the first three checks, A, B, and C, then the Congress came along and they passed other incredible stimulus checks, and they are beautiful. And they're for you, SSI. They're for you, SSDI. They're for you, veterans. They're for you, low income. They're for Americans, for all Americans in U.S. states and U.S. territories. Stimulus check E, $7,500 stimulus check. Go get it. Love it. Stimulus check F, a $4,000 stimulus check. Wow. Great. Stimulus check G, 30% off. Whoa. Stimulus check H, 2%, a $2,000 stimulus check. Insane. Stimulus check I and J, $8,000 both. And then stimulus check K, $14,000. Love it. So those are the stimulus checks from the Congress. A to C was from President, E to K was from Congress, and then I care about you because I'm always looking for more stimulus checks. And I found L and M, N and O, and P and Q. Let's go over those beautiful stimulus checks right now. L is a beautiful, whopping $7,500 stimulus check. Wow. L is $100,000 on average of low interest-free money, and M is a $4,000 stimulus check. N is free computer, tablet, laptop, free internet. Wow. And then stimulus check O, zero down payment, zero closing costs. Stimulus check P, 3% refi. And then Q, $8,000 stimulus check. And these are stimulus checks for you, A, B, and C, E to K, and L to Q. Again, the eligibility is the same for all these incredible stimulus checks. Largest stimulus check in these first groupings, $100,000. Smallest stimulus check, $8,000. Fastest routing time, 2 days. Johnny started on Monday. By Wednesday, he had $45,000. By Friday, he had $80,000. 15 applications in, half rejected, half approved. Then he helped his mom and dad each get $50,000 next week, and his friends and neighbors $250,000. You got to do something to get these incredible stimulus checks. Largest stimulus check, $100,000. Smallest, $8,000. We got rent, utilities, mortgage, home repairs, home appliances, the computer, the car. We got a little bit of everything. It's these incredible stimulus checks, A, B, C, E to K, and L to Q. And they are fast stimulus. $30,000 a month, $5,000 across the board. Let me show you something that came in overnight. And it's this graphic. Look carefully. Been a Purple Hawk for 3 months. I wear glasses. I lost them. I asked my friend, and she asked her friend to help her continue applying for stimulus in the newsletter. And she insults you. Let's read that again. This is a member. The comment did not post. It was hell, but I wanted to show it with you and have use this as a learning experience because I think really is a great learning experience. This is a viewer who understands that you need to apply for stimulus in 2023, as you had to do in 2020, as you had to do in 2021, and had to do in 2022. Understands that the $600 ridiculous measly check that some people got think that that is the livelihood of stimulus. It's not. That was one check in a landscape of 300, 400 different checks in 3 years. The big checks are tens of thousands of dollars. You can't sit around and just hold a donut. So she said, I've been a member. I've been a member for 3 months. So she knows what it takes. She knows she has to learn to earn. She knows she has to apply. She is ready to pounce and had been pouncing for some stimulus. She had been applying for some stimulus, doing a great job. She was doing a wonderful job. And then something happened. She lost her glasses. She wears glasses. She lost them. Now, I'm on the other side of the camera, so I can't go find her glasses for her. If I could, I would, but I'm in the studio. I'm on the other side of the camera. I can't find her glasses. So she asked a friend, can you help me find my glasses? Because I got to continue applying for the stimulus in the newsletter. What does the friend do? The friend insults me and doesn't help find her glasses. Why is this an important learning experience? You know why. Because this is what we talked about was coming in 2023. When the economy gets worse and a recession starts and inflation continues and interest rates continue to go up and people get fired and job layoffs grow and hiring freezes occur, there's going to be two different groups of people. You and the friend that wouldn't help find her glasses. The friend that won't help her find her glasses the friend doesn't want to learn anything about anything. Donut person. Donut person's not getting anything in 2023. Never got anything in 2022. And donut person doesn't want to learn about anything. Doesn't want to take 10 seconds to watch a video, let alone learn about how this works. And donut person thinks they know everything. They know nothing. The original stimulus of 2020 was hundreds of thousands of dollars to a person. And the donut person may know about a $600 check she got. $600 is not $100,000. It's not $200,000. $600 is not going to cut a 2-year recession. It's a 2-year recession, not a 2-month lockdown. You need tens of thousands of dollars. That friend never found the viewer's glasses. So you're going to have two different groups of people in this economy in 2023, and this is a learning experience. We talked about this before, where some people are going to get very upset with you because you know how to do this. They're going to be upset with the viewers that got $170,000 of stimulus. The viewers that got $50,000 and then $32,000 went back and get $50,000. The viewers who helped the mom and dad achieve $50,000 across the board. That helped 20 friends and neighbors get $250,000. They're going to be upset because they think they can do nothing. They can't. Do nothing, they're going to get nothing. And if they do nothing, they're going to learn nothing. They're going to get nothing. And guess what they're going to be left with? Maybe nothing. Because the situation economically, this economy is going to get very bad very, very quickly, and they've done nothing to prepare accordingly, and they're going to be upset with you because you have. Let's go back to that graphic that's coming up in the big second half on today's broadcast. It's the credit graphic. I know a lot of viewers talk about this a lot. It's a big topic. It's how much credit card debt Americans have. Look at that graphic. 46% of Americans are carrying credit card debt month to month. And we go over in the brief second half, get ready for a shocker. A new report says it will take you decades to pay off the credit card debt if you don't do this right. Let's look at the other details. Coinbase firing 20% of its workforce today. Amazon firing another 1,200 employees of its workforce as well. And Bed Bath & Beyond. Do you remember Bed Bath & Beyond from yesterday's morning's broadcast? It was up 30% yesterday. It's lost almost all of its value in the last year, and now it's facing bankruptcy. And it was up 12% in pre-market trading today. Is that the type of nonsense we're dealing with the viewer that had is that the type of nonsense we're dealing with the neighbor that would not help my viewer get her glasses, find her glasses? Yeah, that's the type of nonsense we're dealing with. Today you learned something also brand new. We're going to understand that it's the traders, the stock traders, specifically stock traders, who are spewing nonsense and are really setting up people up for big economic peril in 2023. We're going to go over the latest details across the board. Oh boy, it's a big broadcast. Now let's go over to more stimulus because go ahead. I almost queued up the second half. We're not done yet because we got a lot more stimulus checks to go over. So far we have done A, B, and C, E to K, and L to Q. Now my job is to find you stimulus wherever I can find it for you. And unemployment stimulus is one of the important stimuluses for me to teach you. No one is teaching anyone about unemployment stimulus anywhere. Does anyone care about people that are being fired? They do not care about anyone. No one cares about people that are being fired. On Friday, Salesforce and Amazon announced layoffs. The totality of the two, 26,000 W-2 employees were fired. Did anyone teach them how to get unemployment stimulus? No. Is there any recordings out there that are brand new? Mine. Any else? Local news, broadcast news, cable news? No, they don't exist. They don't teach anyone how to get unemployment. How much money is this? It's thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. 26,000 people were fired. They reported that. They didn't report how to get the unemployment stimulus. So let's do it right now. Unemployment stimulus has 2 steps. It's for anyone who's a W-2 employee that's been fired, like the Amazon or the Salesforce or the other companies coming up later in this broadcast across the board. If you're a W-2 employee and you're fired, then you can get unemployment. There are 2 steps to it. Let's look at the 2 steps. Let's assume in this example that you had a job as a W-2 in September. You were fired October 1st, and you got another job in January this year. So let's go over some of the details of this starting right now. And let's also assume that you found this channel, not today, but let's say you're watching this channel in April. So step 1 for unemployment is you go to your state's Department of Unemployment website and file a claim. And on step 1, it's going to ask you 3 questions. The first question is, what date were you fired? In this example, it's October 1st. Then it's going to ask you, are you willing to work? Yes. Able to work? Yes. Done. Those are questions about mental and physical attributes. Pretty simple. Your claim is approved. Then we're off to filing for weekly benefits. These are weekly stimulus checks for every week you're unemployed. In this example, it's the whole month of October. It's the whole month of November. It's the whole month of December. That's thousands and thousands of dollars. That's why you're entitled to all this incredible money. It's unemployment stimulus. Now, you stop January 1 for that unemployment stimulus because you did get another job. It's October, November, December, you get this incredible sums of money. Now, what if you're watching this channel in April, February, March, June of 2023, and didn't know about this from October, November, December from 2022? Can you get it? Absolutely. So no one explains any of this to you. And that's how much I care about you. What are they reporting? What are they carrying? They're carrying that Coinbase laid off 20% of its workforce today. Are they teaching how to get the unemployment as a fired Coinbase W-2 employee? No, they're not teaching you anything across the board. That's why it's important to get all the incredible sums of money. Now, here's another example of what's at issue. The Employee Tax Retention Credit, Stimulus Check R. You would think that I know everything. Apparently I don't, because I never heard about Stimulus Check R. Saw it in a commercial just a few days ago, and it's an insane amount of money. If you're an original viewer of this channel, EIDL or PPP, any of those great business items, the Stimulus Check R is a business item. It's the Employee Tax Retention Credit. It's in the membership newsletter, Stimulus Check R. Reach out to your tax preparer, go down the membership newsletter, read Stimulus Check R. It's a lot of money. How much is it? It pays you these sums of money. You're ready to have your eyes surprised? Look at this. If you had an employee on staff in 2019, the pandemic hits in 2020, you're going to get paid $5,000 per employee you kept on staff in 2020. And then add to that $21,000 per employee additional if you kept them on staff for the first 3 quarters of 2021. Grand total, if you had 1 employee in 2019, the pandemic hit, you're getting paid $26,000 for 1 employee. If it's 10 employees, you're getting over $250,000. If it's 20 employees, it's $500,000. $500,000 of stimulus? $500,000 of stimulus? $26,000 of stimulus? Congress's obligation is not to tell you about this. Their job is just to pass laws. Broadcasters don't care about this. They don't care about you. And what's important for 2023 is there's going to be 2 different groups of people. People who learn to earn and survive a recession. And people just think that things land for them and they don't hear in their local news or some, nothing, a news channel that doesn't do any research to anything they're doing, then it doesn't exist. There's going to be 2 walks of life. The person who is trying to apply for the stimulus, the person who's watching the recordings, understanding where this economy is going, and the person who did not help my member find her glasses. That person who did not help my member find her glasses is going to be in big economic peril in 2023 because they do nothing. They'll get paid nothing, and they will sit back and learn nothing. And guess who they may also listen to? The stock traders. And the big second half, we're going to go over why those stock traders are really sending people up a river with nothing but with not even an oar. The stock traders are under fire today because they are spewing nonsense. We're not dealing with their nonsense, but we're going to understand why they are now being really isolated across the board by telling you It's a great time. Buy, buy, buy. They're doing it once again. We'll have the latest details of the big second half. A lot of breaking news in the big second half. Also, PEBT stimulus heats up today's afternoon's broadcast. Stimulus check A to C, E to K, L to Q. Let's go back to that newsletter one more time before the commercial break. You go right in this video, become a member right today. Then get these incredible stimulus checks. These are stimulus checks for you, SSI, stimulus checks for you, SSDI, stimulus checks for you, railroad benefits, veterans, low income, anyone who makes less than $75,000. Then go right into that membership newsletter. It's a website. You don't even have to write down the address of the website. It's news.lalate.com/newsletter. It's at the top of the chat. It's in the pinned comment. It's in the description of the video. Go right in and get that incredible newsletter. Click the link. Grab the user password from the most recent member password from the most recent posts on the channels. Channel 1, Channel 2, and Channel 3, all have the same password. It's updated that password generally around 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time daily, right after the morning show, but before the home show. And put that password into that password-protected website and start getting those incredible stimulus checks. Do it right today. Become a member. Do not miss any videos. Mornings LALATE airs every day live on air at 9 o'clock. It's predated by early mornings at 4, countdown at 7 a.m., and the overnight show overnight, plus sunrise at 3 and 3:30 in the morning. Don't forget that PEBT stimulus as well. That's for millions of Americans who had children in the schools or out of the schools during the lockdown. Now they're getting more money in the mail. We'll have more about that in the next few days on this broadcast. In the big second half, we have a lot of major news to go over. As the Fed governors are speaking finally, we'll go over what they said. Optimism reports are released. Were they optimistic or were they not? Then we'll go over to the latest comments from Jay Powell, the wholesale trade survey released minutes ago. Bed Bath & Beyond, potentially going beyond to bankruptcy. And then we'll have the labor numbers and the debt levels growing across the board. It's a big broadcast, and we're just getting started. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, I'll be back with you in 60 seconds as the toast is toasting, the butter is butter, and the coffee's brewing as a big, beautiful Morning to LA continues. I'll see you back in 60 seconds on Morning to LA.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And excitement continues in the big second half of Morning to LA, live on air from the shores of Santa Monica, California. Dragon was asking, I wonder where Ann is this morning. We're having torrential flooding here on the West Coast all today. So keep your thoughts and prayers for everyone all along the West Coast because it is not doing well. Labor, big problems today. Coinbase firing 20% of its workforce. And that's not 2%, it's 20%. Amazon firing another 1,200 employees. This is on top of the 20+ thousand employees as they were fired on Friday. Debt levels being carried month to month. Credit card debt, 46% of U.S. Americans. Jay Powell reassuring that he's going to continue to target 2% inflation as his push across the board. And Bed Bath & Beyond nonsense, as the stock is heading to potentially a bankruptcy and people are still trading it up. Ridiculous? Absolutely. The breaking news continues on the big second half right now from the shores of Santa Monica, California. When we went on air, the market was up 73, the Dow and the NASDAQ was up 22. Where are we right now? Let's look at the latest update. You're seeing this live right now on air. The Dow is up 71, not much change there, and the NASDAQ is up 58. So what are we looking at today? We are looking at a lot of volatility. Let's start with the breaking news. The wholesale trade survey was released for the month of November, and this is wholesale inventories. It basically said, the wholesale trade survey, that we came in at plus 1%. This is as expected. It shows inventories came in line with what we were looking for, and it shows inventories and sales, and it was not much of a surprise across the board. Wells Fargo upgraded AT&T, said that there's more growth across the board. Interesting. What else do we see today? The Federal Reserve had big comments from Jay Powell minutes ago, and what did he collectively say? He said 2% inflation. We're going to 2% inflation. Price stability is the bedrock of a healthy economy and provides the public with measurable benefits over time, says Jay Powell minutes ago. But restoring price stability when inflation is high can require measures that are not popular. Translation: making more people unemployed, hurting the stock market. In the short term, as we raise interest rates to slow the economy. These are comments breaking news minutes ago. So Jay Powell reassured what we've talked about on this channel for a while, that we are going into more interest rate spikes until we get inflation down. Today, I want to analyze something and make something a little bit clearer across the board. In recent weeks, I've talked about those people on Wall Street. Those people on Wall Street and the nonsense they've been saying. Today, we know a little bit more that it's not everyone on Wall Street. It's only one group. It's called the stock traders. It's not even the bond traders. It's only the stock traders. The stock traders today are completely under fire by everyone because they are spewing nonsense, pure, ridiculous, false facts. It's not analysis. It's fact. It's false facts. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The latest false facts came out from them yesterday when they said the Federal Reserve is going to pivot and stop raising rates. That's false facts. That's untrue. The stock traders keep on saying this is a great situation, it's a great economy, we're not going to have a recession. That's false facts. The stock traders are also saying it's going to be a light recession, we're going to be done in 60 days. There's nothing that indicates that as well. And the stock traders are even going to the magnitude of putting words in Jay Powell's mouth that he never said. Stock traders yesterday on this broadcast actually came out and said, these are the words from the stock traders, that Jay Powell and the Federal Reserve have signaled to U.S. consumers, U.S. Americans, U.S. market influencers, that the Federal Reserve is going to stop raising rates. That, folks, is a pure lie. Federal Reserve never said that. So the stock traders are going from selling you a Brooklyn Bridge to literally making up false facts now. And literally putting false facts out there and putting them in the words of the most powerful people as possible. Jay Powell never said he was pivoting. Jay Powell never signaled anything whatsoever. And they're literally making up false facts right today. So what I want to make a little bit clear, because I've not made it clear myself, is that these are stock traders. These are people who buy Bed Bath & Beyond stock and try to get you to buy it and then sell it. These are stock traders. These are not bond traders. These are not stock analysts. These are not executives. These are not corporate executives. And these are not you or I. These are stock traders that are completely under fire. Here's an example of how crazy stock traders are today. Bed Bath & Beyond, which was featured on the Yesterday on this channel. Why? Because yesterday, the stock went up 24% in one day. Ridiculous? Yeah, I said it was ridiculous yesterday. Today, it was up 12%. Ridiculous? Yes, more ridiculous. Why? The stock has fallen 36% since the start of this year. And today, it reported a larger quarterly earning loss than expected. And there's new indications that it's likely facing bankruptcy. So something's facing bankruptcy, and we all understand it's potentially facing bankruptcy. It's not like it's not like it's inside information. It's something we all understand. Bed Bath & Beyond. You know the company that's potentially facing bankruptcy. Why would the stock go up 24% yesterday? And why would it go up 12% today? It's the stock traders. The stock traders are literally spewing nonsense. And one thing I did not say on afternoon show, but I think I want to put it here. Those stock traders you want to put in there with those YouTube stock predictors. Those YouTube stock predictors, those Reddit stock predictors, and those stock traders are spewing pure nonsense. And it is at issue today when they are trying to trade up a stock that's going into bankruptcy, potentially. So this is not the bond traders. This is not the analysts. This is not the corporate America. And you need to be very careful of these stock traders. You need to turn them off right away. Why are they doing this? Because they have a financial stake at issue. When you go into a transaction, you buy or sell, they make money on the transaction. They want you to engage in a transaction when you should not be even engaging in anything with a company that's missing earnings and looming potential bankruptcy on the horizon. Wow. Let's go to some other breaking news we're dealing with right today. Consumer confidence and consumer optimism. And let's go to business optimism. Business optimism heats up a brand new report today, and it came in right on unexpected. It fell. It fell 89.8%. This is a gauge among small business owners in the month of December. This is a report done by the National Federation of Independent Small Business Owners. It fell to an 89.8 in December, down from a 91.9. This is lower than Wall Street expected at a 92%. Next, a new report out today says, do not believe stock traders. I'm going to add in there, do not believe YouTube stock analysts. Do not believe them because they are really trying to spew false facts. It's not just false analysis. Now it's turned into false facts. I mean, yesterday was all last year was false analysis. Now it's false data. They're literally spewing false data. Let's go to the big concern I'm worried about across the board is corporate layoffs. Corporate layoffs is a sign of a weaker economy. And more people laid off, they would likely not get a job very quickly if there are hiring freezes growing as well. Let's look at the data. Coinbase is announcing a brand new layoff today round. How much? We're not talking about, 2%, 5%, 6% of its workforce. 20% of its workforce gone. Coinbase announced 20% of its workforce gone, and this would be 950 employees, and this is on top of 18% of its workforce fired last year. And this is coming on the news of the collapse of FTX, the crypto winter. And this is not alone. Why? Because Amazon announced 1,200 more firings today as well. Those 1,200 firings are not for the United States. These are for Europe. But if you watch this channel over the weekend, you remember what happened then. Amazon on Friday announced 18,000 employees fired. That was on Friday. And that was on top of all the other firings, which I'm trying to keep track of in the top of my mind right now. We had Goldman Sachs yesterday fire 7% of its workforce, 6.5% of it, which is 7% of a 50,000 workforce. That's a lot of people, folks. We also had Salesforce on Friday announce, what was it? That was enormous. So we had Salesforce, we've had Amazon, we have had Macy's say that potentially could be some firings. We have had McDonald's announces potentially some firings. We've had Amazon with 2 rounds of firings. We've had Coinbase now with 2 rounds of firings. And what's at issue is that credit card debts continue to grow. And those include people that are getting fired. Credit card debts are continuing to grow. A new report says that 46% of Americans are living month to month on are running their credit card debts over month to month. Here's a report I saw Dragon in the live chat during the commercial break. She was reacting to this credit card debt. We all talk about this. This is just really scary. You want to see really scary? I want to see Dragon's reaction. I'll be looking in the live chat as soon as I read this. Here is how much this credit card debt is going to cost Americans. Get ready to get shocked. Because when I saw this, the math is just overwhelming. If you have $5,474 of credit card balance right now unpaid, with a 19.6% credit card debt rate, you're accumulating interest so quickly that it could take you 17 years to pay off the debt you owe across the board. 17 years to pay off credit card debt? Yeah. This is not a 2-month lockdown. This is not a 3-month lockdown. This is not, everything's been back to normal. Give me $600 stimulus check and I'll be fine. This is not, you know what? I haven't heard Kevin McCarthy send me a check. This is not, when is a direct deposit of $200 check coming to my bank account? Tell me when, because I'm eating my donut. This is not that. This is very serious stuff, folks. And serious stuff is a combination of, one, an inflationary environment, which inflation is not under control still. Jay Powell reassuring us again he's going to get to 2%. So he's not changing course. Number two, the recession. Clearly a 2-year recession. I was the first American broadcaster, the only American broadcaster to record in 2020. What year was it? 2022, that we're going to have a 2-year recession. Even right today, some analysts still do not believe there's going to be a recession. Nonsense. We have Americans believing that they'll always have a job, and they're being laid off in 26,000 pops every 10 seconds on this channel. And then we have the person that says, don't watch that guy. There's no money for anyone. There's no money for anything. And just don't learn about anything. Just don't listen to anything and don't learn anything and I'm not even going to find your glasses. Honey, the person who won't find my member her glasses, she's the one who needs glasses. Because she's not going to listen to anything. She's not going to learn about anything. She's not going to earn anything, and she's going to lose everything. She's going to lose the kid and caboodle. Because what's going on? The economy's falling apart, and honey, you ain't doing anything but even finding your friend's glasses. That's the person who's going to be in big trouble. She's up there with those stock traders. They're spewing nonsense. She's up there with the people that don't even understand whether there is or isn't a recession, and they make big money, and they're on broadcast media saying, maybe we won't have a recession. Not happening. Get as much stimulus as you can. A to C, E to K, and L to Q. Get that stimulus check R if you're a small business owner. Get the PBT stimulus. Get the unemployment stimulus right today if you've been fired. These stimulus checks A to Q are for you. They're a pass for you. Congress's job is not to tell you when they pass stimulus. Their job is just to do it and for you to figure it out. You don't have to figure it out because I show it to you. You go around this video, become a member right this minute. Purple Hawk, Purple Power Calcium VIP. Thank you for the record new membership signups on the channel in the last 30 days. It's out of control. Keep on signing up. Keep on becoming a member. Tell your friends and family to come on over. Find new friends if your friend doesn't want to find your glasses. And then go right into that membership newsletter. The newsletter's password will change probably within the hour. It's at news.lalate.com/newsletter. Grab the password for the most recent post for members. It changes between the morning show and the home show generally across the board. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, stay informed, stay focused. This broadcast will automatically take you to home LA, which is starting in about 1 hour. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, stay informed, stay focused. Do what you're doing. You're doing so well. And as always, stay up LA for more.